So, Quest Rogue is probably the best rogue deck in the game right now because of two things. One, it was arguably already as strong as Thief Rogue to begin with. Like on Hearthstone Replay, the win rates were almost identical. And two, it was the deck that was least affected by the nerfs because Scabs isn't really a win condition. It's just used because it's a good card. Honestly, if you were on a budget or wanted to dust Scabs for full refund because it was just nerfed, you could play Quest Rogue and it would function the exact same. Because this was a top tier deck a couple of months ago, before Scabs even existed, and it is a top tier deck now. Essentially all you have to do is play the quest, play a couple of SI cards, 6 to be exact, play Scabs probably on turn 7, and then give him stealth or something to keep him alive, and then burst your opponent down turn 8 or 9 depending on when you finish Scabs, and if that's not enough, you could potentially just play Wicked Stab on 10 mana to do maximum damage. The deck is really, really strong. Mulligans, you just look for anything that says SI. And then the Blackwater Cutlass, obviously, for tradable. And you can keep Foxy Fraud, but only if you already have a combo card in your hand. Do not keep Foxy Fraud hoping you draw a combo card, because that is just recipe for disaster. And if you don't draw one, it's basically just a dead card in your hand. Okay, hopefully you're able to rush this guy down relatively quickly. Keeping Foxy Fraud is kind of greedy, and I think Scabs at 8 isn't keepable. Foxy Fraud keep turn 2 is kind of weird, but it works well with Swindle, it works well with SI Agent, and worst case scenario, if I need to protect myself, if this is like an aggro druid, I can play it turn 2 with maybe a Prize Plunderer to kill something off. There are ways that this... Oh? That was not what I expected by any means. Okay, well, I did not expect a Quest Druid at all. Believe in Control Warrior? No, Control Warrior is going to be terrible. Control Warrior is really only good because of all the rogues, and without rogues, I think a slower meta, more value-focused meta is going to come out. You know, like more ramp druids, more like hero power mages, potentially some new like OTK decks will come out of the mix that are a little bit slower, and Warrior's just going to get absolutely slaughtered. Like, Warrior's not going to have anything. It'll be a fun match. Yeah, I think this will be fun. I'm gonna weapon and hit him. No reason to play this yet. We can use Foxy Fraud as a combo starter for an SI Agent later, I guess. I don't like playing the SI Informant for only a 4/4 minion, but I mean, if I have to on curve, I will. Resizing Pouch for Pounce seems weird, but fine. I guess he didn't even get Pounce. The amount of damage that he can probably do is insane, though, now that I think about it. Like, think about the amount of damage he can probably deal. I would assume a lot, and I'd assume he'd also get a lot of armor. This has got to be Pounce. Lightning Bloom, Guff, Hero Power, but if he does that, then he can't draw. Or then he can't gain attack with his hero. To be fair, I've seen this version of Quest Ramp Druid before. I've played it. I don't think it's as good as just normal Quest, Let's just draw 2 over this, honestly. If we don't get anything good, we can just hero power, which is what it looks like I'm going to do. Justice is mine. I want to keep SI Extortion. I don't really know what I'm going to use it on. I'm probably going to just send it back, actually. It could help me get over a sticky taunt minion, but it's probably not going to happen. I'm assuming it's going to be the Panther? Pounce? Oh, he got his lowest cost card. That makes a lot of sense. But now being at 3 is just awkward because he can't hero power to get that last one. I don't know. I don't like it. I want to coin, play Secret Passage, see what I get. I just need a couple of SI cards. Ideally, like 2 of them. Okay. We can do this. Shadow Step it, hit him again. Honestly, what I could do is I could Shadow Step this and Wicked Stab to just increase the amount of cards I can play in total and reduce the number of cards in my deck by the most. Then I can go like Foxy Fraud, SI Agent, and then this all in the same turn and get a 6/6. rather than a 4/4, and I think that a 6/6 should be big enough, and we have a bounce if he plays a big taunt minion. Speaking of Druid, you should run back the 4 old gods thing. I might actually do that. I think it'll be a lot better because of less rogues, so I might try it again. I climbed a diamond with Quest Rogue, but to Legend I used Poison and Null Rogue. Well, that was nerfed, so I'm just playing this because I think it's going to be the best rogue deck after everything. So, I don't know. And I mean, it is currently 6-1, and it was 2 days ago, so this was after the nerfs, right? Because the nerfs are on the 25th, and it's the 27th today. So, I mean, I think it's decent. But yeah, I basically just gotta flood the board.
This guy's tough.
Could he be running any sort of cleave minion? And if so, is there any specific way I need to orient my minions? I don't think so. We're gonna do this, hit, hit. But yeah, that early guff, although it looks like it helped him, I don't think it really did that much. Because resizing pouch, he already used one. The weapon will allow me to just push extra damage for 1 mana. This is good. I'm very content with where I'm at right now. Rabbit, I guess? I mean, yeah. I was thinking more along the lines of maybe double activate, yeah. Resizing, yeah. Bunny to kill both these off. But even if he does, like, that's his only other resizing pouch. Once that's gone, I feel like I'm not in that much trouble, honestly. And, I guess I could have placed it here. I probably should have placed the 6 there. In my head, I was playing around maybe for some reason he played the 4/6 cleave minion and the 4/6 wouldn't have killed the 6/6, but honestly I don't think this really ends up mattering too much. I mean, yeah, it's the rabbit. I miss out on 1 damage, but this has 4 H. Oh. Oh, that went actually pretty well from. Okay, he actually managed. I guess placement didn't end up mattering because he would have ended up just killing the 3/2 anyway and cleaving everything, so I'm cool with that. Probably just gonna play Edwin. Like, what else am I supposed to play here? If we get nothing but oh my gosh, we got Shadow Step off the top? That's actually disgusting. That is disgusting. Secret Passage? Yeah, sure, why not? I'll play Secret Passage. That is disgusting. We get a Cutlass? I'll play the Cutlass, why not? Prize Plunder? Sure, I'll play the Prize Plunder, why not? We'll hit him in the face. We should have 9 cards in my hand left now, so we won't end up overdrawing, which is great. And we have this with Edwin for 8 mana, which should just be enough to kill him. Assuming he doesn't gain a ton. And he should be down a lot of his stuff now, so I think it should be okay. Got 0 dust in the bank since I started watching all your videos. I mean, I'm just playing decks that I find fun, man. I'm sorry if it breaks your bank. But yeah, this ended up being pretty easy. Because that's not enough to finish that part of the quest, right? He has to gain 8 armor. And that should be 23. And then this plus this is... Oh, wait. Am I off by 1? I've got 18, 22. Oh, I only have 22 damage. I actually only have 22 damage. I think the answer here is to just flood the board with a couple of smaller minions. I guess I could commit 20 damage to the board. Like, it's not bad. I have 4 plus, that's 18. Gosh, I'm off by 1. I think it's safe to still just commit everything.
I wonder.
I think it's safe to still just commit it all. Like, what's the worst that happens? I still have Burst with Wicked Stab, SI Agent, and Scabs to bounce everything back if I don't kill him the first time. We'll kill that with my weapon so I can keep a minion on the board in case I want to bounce stuff back. Gosh, I was off by 1. I could Scabs and win next turn, but the problem is I'm predicting he's gonna gain a ton more armor anyway. Yeah, like, I knew this was gonna happen. He's gonna do that, gain more armor, so even if I waited till next turn with scabs, I wasn't gonna win. So I think it's better to just get the pressure out on the board. You had another one of those? Oh my god, wait, do I lose? No, because I still have scabs himself after I do this, so it might not actually end up being that bad. I still need to play 2 of them? That's crazy. I was predicting like, oh man.
Ha, this guy's toast.
Boom, boom. Save the Wicked Stab. I mean, he still has to play a ton of stuff and Guff, which, I mean, he probably is going to be able to do. I actually think I'm going to lose in a turn or two, which is really, really bad. I don't exactly know what I'm looking for here. I think I just flood the board with the Assassins. I don't need to kill anything. And then you can just draw a couple of cards, I guess. I guess technically I could have done that. It's fine. And then hit him for 3. I need to flood the board with the Assassins because I already have Bounce, right? So Bounce is essentially a removal, and I need to flood the board and do as much damage as possible. I think it'll be at least 2 turns for him to kill me. So if I flood the board and find a way to kill him this turn, maybe it'll work. That is true. That's what this guy, or this guy's toast, like, based his name off of. It says this guy's toast, but it sounds like disguised toast. But yeah, I'm fairly certain that I lose. Whoa. No way. That actually, like, full wipes.
That rope's burning again.
Okay, I am in a lot of... Okay, I'm doomed, actually. He goes face with it. I play scabs this turn, I guess. Wait, can I somehow win this turn? Wicked Stab. Wait, that's exactly 9, right? No, because this still exists. No, because I bounced that with this. That's just 6. Bounce, and then that's 3. Okay, a little close at the end there, but we got him. Okay, okay. He was about to pop off and hit me for a ton of damage, but it doesn't matter. And don't forget, if you like fun educational content like this, feel free to hit the like button, comment any questions or concerns, and hit the sub button with the notification bell. Let's jump into it. Dude, another Druid? Come on. Where are all the other decks? I mean, what have I played? I played against a Shaman, a Druid, then a Demon Hunter, then a Druid, and I played against 2 Paladins as well. I won one of them, and then the other one, you know, nature called. My stomach is not super cooperative sometimes. I guess I don't know. None of those cards are really keepable. Wicked Stab, Swindle, nah, it's not really good. I mean, I do not want to play the SI Informants on curve as just 3/3s and 4/4s, but if I have to, I will. Ideally, I play like one of them early, which is fine as like a 4/4, and then I'll play the other one a little bit later as like an 8/8. That's what I want to see happen. Might as well just hit his face. Operative, then 4-drop, then... Hopefully at that point we have something else to play. We have, you know, Secret Passage or Swindle that we could potentially pull off or something like that. I would love to see that. Only see Druids and Legend at the moment, quite lame. I think Druid is super fun to play against though. Like everything that they do is random. Like they'll play Yogs, they'll play Yashrajs, they'll get random 10 drops at ramps, they play big things. And like, I don't mind losing to big things when it's like that. Like, it's a slower deck that's vulnerable early, but gets a ton of greedy, super high-value things late game. I like those kind of decks. Excuse me. They lead to pretty cool content. Any interest at some point playing meme/character-themed decks? Probably not. Most people just know me for standard stuff. I mean, maybe if you challenge me to do stuff, and I've got the footage for the day, I'd be down, but we did end up getting a Secret Passage, which is nice. Probably should have saved to charge the weapon. There's no reason to hit the second time. It's just, after turn 6, there's going to be so much extra mana anyway, it won't really matter too much. Lightning Bloom into Guff. I play SI Informant. Lactose intolerant. I've always had this like suspicion that I was lactose intolerant. Oh, he kills that. That's so bad. Because it mostly happens after I eat certain foods. And dairy products are the biggest culprit, I'd say. Is this deck worth crafting after nerfs? I would say that if you want to play Rogue, this is the best Rogue deck. I'm surprised more people aren't playing it. Like, people said, oh, Rogue's dead. Scabs was nerfed, all this, blah, 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 blah. But, like, Quest Rogue has been dominating for a while and has seen next to no play for months. Like, even when it was super good before the expansion came out, everybody was still playing, like, Garrote Rogue over this. It was crazy to me. I don't understand why more people weren't playing this deck, but whatever. I will play I hate doing this. Let me tell you right now, I absolutely hate this. I despise this. I just hope Swindle doesn't draw me Shadow Step. Extortion and Foxy Fraud. Not bad. I can pass there. I end up drawing 2 extra cards out of the deal, which is not bad. This early game was not good enough for me to beat this Druid. I think I'm actually going to lose this one. I think this is going to be my first loss in a while. I mean, honestly, I think I hit myself here to start progressing my quest some more, and this becomes stronger. I don't like doing it, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
So, what's the rub?
I want to save the assassin. We can give this stealth, actually. That's probably best. So what I should have done, I guess hindsight's 2020, I didn't know I was gonna get stealth, was I could have killed my own minion, but I didn't want to kill my own minion and give it pressure on the board. But I could have done that and played around the rabbit. But then I would have played into the lieutenant. Now I'm playing into the lieutenant and I bounce the lieutenant or kill it with this and... okay. My god. What? That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. I mean, it's still gonna be free, right? I mean, I could just... yeah.
I don't have enough mana.
Boom. Kill this off. That should give me scabs. He's gonna play Mutanus and I'm gonna get wrecked though. Oh, I'm gonna get wrecked, but there's nothing else I can do. Wait. Oh, because he's dead. This doesn't cost any extra now. Wait. Actually? Is it better to play around Mutanus?
Target eliminated.
I'm gonna say no. I'm actually gonna do this. Don't judge it. Oh my gosh, please don't play Mutanus. If you have Mutanus, I get wrecked, but if you didn't, like if I played Scabs, he just gets killed by the 8-1 anyway, and he gets to do whatever he wants. I mean, the Mutanus is just so bad here, but there's nothing I can really do about it. If he plays Mutanus, it's mostly his turn. Okay, that's very scary. Don't. Okay, he only gets 4 cards. Hopefully they're all bad. Has there ever been a card that ignores armor when dealing damage? I feel like that could potentially be a cool mechanic. And the mechanic could be like Pierce. And it would go through armor. But that would only... okay, my 9/7 lives here 100% of the time. Every single time he lives. Okay, my 4/4. Honestly, second biggest minion. I'm fine with that. Okay. Not really that great. Strongman. Sure, whatever. He's just playing those to get them out of his hand. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough.
Golden rare.
Do I play Scabs? I think I play the Scabs, yes.
Keep your enemies close.
The reason I want to do that is I want to get this assassin back ASAP. and get these, and then start getting some mana cheat. My burst potential is definitely there with 2 Wicked Stabs in hand coming up on turn 10.
Rare.
Thank you so much for the follow. Ill and Claol. Can you give me the deck code? Yeah. Guess the weight. I'm fine with that. I don't speak that language. I apologize. Alafox. Alefox? Sorry. But I don't know. I don't think that it would... I mean, the mechanic could be cool, but it would just be too niche. And it also would, like, shut down an already bad archetype, which is Control Warrior. Control Warrior is absolute dog water. Okay, he's doing a lot of drawing here. Not a fan. Hopefully we can get a cheap thing that we could just throw out on the board, perhaps. I don't actually know what I want here. And I guess a Skulker would be fine because stealth is good. Oh yeah, he gets to just... Oh. Interesting. SI Assassin. The problem with playing this first is because I'll miss out on 1 card, which I do not want to do. So, what it looks like I'm going to have to do is I'm going to Wicked Stab. I lose 2 damage of burst in the long run, but I think it's fine. Then we just go kill, kill. Well, I guess we only really need to kill 1 of them. No, we can kill both. We get 2 bounce spells, so it should be fine. Scabs. Place a stealth minion here. And then give him stealth. And then place this over here. And the reason I want to place... I'll explain why I'm placing it there in a second. I mean, double activate Cenarian Ward could be bad. I guess Lieutenant, as just his only play, is not the greatest. But anyway, the reason I'm placing it like this is because it's going to be very hard for him to... let's just say he double activates a resizing pouch and he gets the rabbit. He can no longer hit this 9/7 reliably. He has to hit here, and the only way he can do it is if he gets 2 rabbits. But if he gets 2 rabbits, he can't play both and clear this stealth minion and then clear the next one. And at this point, the board is too full. I mean, I guess he could have Yogg, and I guess like a Yashiraj maybe could save him or get out enough taunt minions to keep him alive. Like, there are ways he doesn't die, but this is the best thing I could put together. You're on early? I'm on early. I started stream late. It is 1:13 in the AM, my friend. I play Disrupt Rogue with Parlay, double Savory Delights, a Lobotomizer, double Contraband Stashes, Shadow Hunter Vuljin. It's a pretty good win rate. If you want to send that to me, I feel like that could sound fun.
Rare.
Like, you don't rely on the early game pressure from the Knoll. You more... Oh, if he gets Deathwing... I mean, if he gets Deathwing, he loses his whole hand. Which isn't great. But, I mean, could be fine. Secret Passage would be amazing. We'll bounce him. We don't really care about that, right? He's dead. It doesn't matter. He kills off 1 minion. I don't really care about that. He's dead, right? Mr. Smite, bounce this back to his hand. Wicked Stab. We've got all this damage. Cool, okay. Well, despite not having the best early game, I guess this is just too big of a board for him to deal with. Oh, this would have been insane, actually. We'll get rid of both of these. Obviously, you have to keep the quest, but we want to just look for SI cards. Swindle is not even necessary. I don't like Mr. Smite. That's not very good. But we have an SI Operative, which is one of the better cards. And I was going to say, if we start the hand with, like, Foxy Fraud and Swindle, I'll keep it. But if we don't start with both, I don't think it's really worth it, in my opinion, to keep them. Because it just doesn't really do anything, right? Because Swindle will take too long to eventually go off. I'm probably going to Hero Power and do nothing. I would like to SI Extortion his face, potentially, or I don't actually even know what I want to do. He's got a lot of removal with this deck, so Gonna have to be a little cautious with what I do. We're still not gonna hit him. We're probably gonna play the SI Extortion next turn and then Cutlass and just try to progress the quest as quickly as possible at this point. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this ends up going. Kills that. Not really too concerned about that either. Okay, Foxy Fraud again. Let's hit him to finish the first part. I just think it's important to start completing it when I have nothing else. Haven't played or watched much Hearthstone since the patch. How's it going? It's going pretty well. This at least reduces the cost of this, worst case scenario. Hit re-hero power now. Next turn, this with SI Agent is good. Hopefully we can find another SI card, potentially. I will kill this off with the weapon and just re-weapon up. Next turn it might end up being a secret passage looking for a couple more things. The only problem is with Fell Demon Hunter is that it has a lot of burst, which is something that I am not necessarily well equipped to deal with. It's the same reason why Quest Druid was potentially a problem. Quest Rogue so far, since the nerf has come out, I know it's a small sample size, but it is 7 and 1. That's a little unfortunate, but ultimately fine. I'm gonna be Secret Passage. I think I could potentially burst him with a big Edwin Smite play, but that's very risky. It's not even like risky necessarily, it's just not likely going to happen. Play this, we have 4 mana left. You can basically play anything other than like 2 of our biggest things, so. Let's just do it. Let's see if we can find something cheap. This was not particularly good, I will be honest. Might as well just play the biggest of the things and go face. That was not great. I could have waited 1 turn to Secret Passage, I guess. I was just hoping to find like a Swindle or a Cutlass. But I guess since I had traded both of my SI Extortions away, or not even traded, I used them to try to progress my quest, it was kind of bad. It's just the hand I got dealt was pretty bad. I need more SI cards early game to start the tempo off. If I ran, I would have traded the 1/3. No. He couldn't have done that. Okay, he did this correctly. He gets a whole board of these things. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do about this.
Target eliminated.
Kill off 1. I should have played this first. It doesn't really matter. I mean, maybe I can win in a turn or 2 if he doesn't have Kurtrus, but I highly doubt it. Put this in the middle for Feldscream Blast and pray at this point. In your opinion, is it worth disenchanting Scabs to finish making Quest Warlock? Yes. I think Scabs is still good, but if you want to craft him, you can always just craft him later. And you can play Quest Warlock now, and it'll be strong. I would save up for the mini set, yeah. Thanks for your videos. Reach Legend because of it. No problem, Christian. Funny thing is, I'm not seeing that many Fell Demon Hunters in Golden Rank. Interesting. I think Fell Demon Hunter definitely did benefit from the nerfs. Just because it'll do better against some of these things now. I also think Death Rattle Demon Hunter is going to be helped out a lot. Okay. Hopefully I don't get bursted. We're gonna play this. We're gonna give it stealth. We're gonna play a couple of minions.
I can't just sit here.
Stormwind needs me. Give it stealth. Weapon. Hit.
Justice is mine.
Pretty sure I lost already. Oh my gosh, wait, that was actually kind of nuts. If I hadn't played that immediately, maybe it would have been winnable. But I'm pretty sure I died, because he only needs 5 damage. It's gonna be like Emolition Aura. Skull of Gul'dan. Oh, if he gets Emolition Ore off of this, I'm gonna be doomed. Double Emolition Ore and I cry. Okay. Alright, I'm fine with this. It's not great, but I can deal with it. No! Don't hit the 3-4. That's literally the worst one. Okay. Sure. Bounce spell damage back to his hand. We can also swindle. Shadow Step's not the worst thing in the world. Bounce this back to his hand. No, I don't want to bounce too many things back to his hand.
Quickly.
Wait, did I have lethal somehow? With that 4 and then skull. If I had done 4, this, plus this, it was not lethal. Yeah, I was off by a little bit. No, I could have Shadow Step Mr. Smite? No. I'm just gonna play that and kill it off and pass. And we'll try to kill him with these. I mean, Mr. Smite isn't gonna be enough. He heals so much off of this, doesn't he? I mean, I can do 12 damage to him. So if he stays at this amount of HP, I do kill him. Oh my gosh, I win. What on earth?
All hands on deck. Avast, ye swine.
Is it not just Shadow Step, play him again? Huh. Interesting. I did not think I was gonna win that, but I knew Mr. Smite was burst, which is what I wanted to save the Shadow Step for. Which is why I hit with the scabs. I can't believe I actually won that, though. We're gonna keep no, we're not gonna keep Swindle. We basically have to hard mulligan for SI cards, which we got 2 of, which is fantastic. Prize Plunder, you know, we can't really get rid of it or anything, so I might as well. I'm gonna play the Skulker. 100% chance it's either Shadow Step or like an SI Extortion, which are 2 things that I don't necessarily want to draw off of this. Actually, an SI Extortion wouldn't be bad to kill the 1-3 here. So, I think it's going to be more of an aggro elemental shaman, so if I'm able to just get a little bit of tempo going and kill off some of his early units, I think I should be able to win the game no problem. I don't think there are any technical difficulties going on right now. I think I started streaming correctly. And I'm streaming a little bit late because the person who usually does my thumbnails says he was going to be late with the thumbnails, so I decided to just start stream late and end stream late so I could just post it then. We get a Skulker, which is pretty decent. I'm going to kill this off, I think. I think killing this off is the most important thing here because I know that he's going to be aggro. And yes, this is post-nerf, so Mr. Smite is going to be 8 mana. But this is the rogue deck that utilized scabs the least. So it doesn't really affect the actual like win rate or play style of the deck at all. You're still playing the normal tempo-based stuff that you were playing before. So we could play 2 more things and complete that. How do I want to go about doing this? I think I'm just gonna flood the board a little bit here. Hit, go face with the 2-1. Probably keep the 2-3 stealthed, honestly. So that way he can't really do anything to any of these. And then I can kill off some of his minions. Bouncing stuff back to the hand definitely isn't bad. It's kind of bad because it gets battle cries again, but it's not that bad because if it's just a powerful minion, I'm more than happy to get rid of it just in general. So let's see how this ends up going. I'm terrible at Rogue, just rolling with Libram Paladin is pretty easy. True, Libram Paladin is pretty easy and very strong right now in my opinion. Especially after the Rogue nerfs and everything. My patch download froze at 31%. Well, I don't know what to say about that. I'm clearly not having that problem, so I apologize for not being very helpful at all. SI Assassin, I mean... He's active. We can go trade Secret Passage and just see what we end up getting here. I don't want to bounce this to his hand and give him more reduction. So let's just go Secret Passage. Not a huge fan of it, but let's see what ends up happening, shall we? I can play SI Informant, hit, sorry. And we can basically finish the quest this turn is what I'm trying to do. That's my current goal. To play this as a no. I want to Shadow Step this first, then play it for 0, then play this for 4, and make it as big as possible. We finished Scabs. We're on 5 mana, so I don't have to worry about like any hand interaction or anything. We're probably gonna play him and give him stealth. We also have the SI Assassin. We're actually in a really good spot here. I think we could win this pretty easily. And people are probably gonna ask, why don't you run the Battle Master? And the reason is because it's just not as good as Wicked Stab. Wicked Stab is extra damage over the taunt, like this. This is a perfect target to bounce. This right here, perfect. Because it gets rid of some of his pumps, and it's just great all around. Good morning. Yeah, I'm playing Quest Rogue right now. Bounce. Probably just assassinate this. Actually, we'll play it on the side with the 8. It doesn't really matter, actually. Like I said, we don't have any of the, we don't have the thing, but it's okay. We got a lot of damage showing. We could potentially kill him this turn. If not, we could play Scabs, give him stealth, and set up for lethal the next turn. Even with his mana cheat. We bounce back the thing that scaled, so we can't play it and scale it some more. And it's just a pretty useless card to play later on in the game for nothing. Okay, you can freeze the 8. That's a little bit disappointing, but ultimately I'm not that concerned about it. I use Hearthstone Deck Tracker. Just the good old-fashioned HS Deck Tracker. The one that links to Hearthstone or HS Replay or whatever automatically. That's kind of a bummer, actually. Because that makes it borderline impossible to play the. It's not even just borderline. It is impossible to play this and that. So we're going to go with... I'm going to draw cards off Swindle. So let's play the Prize Plunder that costs mana and then play Swindle real quick. Wicked Stab is now 2. Foxy Fraud. I mean, I'm just going to keep flooding the board and force him to respond, because if he can't keep responding, I can just kill him with what's in my hand, basically. And then if he does somehow wipe this whole board, I can play Spymaster Scabs. About to use a budget Face Hunter because I have no dust, lol. Well, I wish you luck, my friend. I think that it's a pretty solid deck, and I would recommend it to anybody. If anybody like wants to climb relatively cheaply. That and Elemental Burn Shaman, like a deck like this, or just straight up Burn Shaman, are very good as well. And Quest Shaman, solid. Beast Druid, obviously, very good. Trying to think how I would make, like, because people have asked me to do a budget. Oh my god. Hit the 8-8, please. Hit the 8-8, please, before you wipe my entire board. Are you serious? Now he's searching for an overdraft. If he gets it and kills my 8-5, I'm going to be pissed. But anyway, the issue with this is you kind of need Magister and Mordoresh for this, which is 2 legendaries. I guess you could maybe go without... No, yeah, you kind of need both of them. It's really sad. But yeah, unless that's taunt, we just win. Yeah, we won. GG, well played. Well played. So this is one of the hands where I actually would keep Foxy Fraud, because some people were asking me why wouldn't I not keep like Foxy Fraud. It's a good 2-drop, it's combo, and the reason is because it's very situational, in the sense that it only works with a couple of cards. Like, it only actually synergizes with Swindle and SI Agent, and yes, technically also the SI Assassin, but isn't actually that bad. Like, it's not good, but I'm gonna trade this away to just draw a new card. Hopefully I can get a... Oh, that's unfortunate. Null on 3 still feels the same as before. I mean, it's definitely weaker and harder to pull off, but I mean, pulling it off turn... The whole thing is it's now harder to pull off turn, like, 2 now, right? With a god tier hand with, like, the coin and whatever. It's now a little bit harder to combo up. So, I don't actually think that the Null is bad. I just think that it is now kind of balanced. It went from being absolutely broken to being just okay. I'm gonna play this to finish it and then Swindle. I'd rather do that and just draw an extra card immediately than play the SI Operative and nothing else. That's a decent card. We can play that potentially a little bit later. Ah, shoot, I forgot that it draws a spell, which means I was likely to draw Shadow Step. I'm okay with this, though. I want to save Shadow Step for something maybe a little bit better, like SI Assassin, because he's probably going to have some big minions, or I don't fully know yet. But yeah, oh, I am ready to dominate the games again. So I think next turn it's probably going to be SI Operative and SI Skulker. And just go crazy. Okay. A Lightning Bloom feels a little weird. Overgrowth again? Okay, so he doesn't actually have to face the downside of being overloaded next turn. I guess it's still going to be this and this. I misplayed a little bit. I should have, if I was smart, played this stealth minion here and had, or like in the middle, so if he has a cleave thing, like if he somehow gets the rabbit. But he is overloaded this turn, so getting the rabbit might be a little bit hard. 2 Spyomatics. Honestly, not the greatest. Could have been a little bit better for sure. We got 12 damage showing. I mean, this isn't bad. We could potentially finish him off, although it's going to be close. We will assassinate that. Don't eat the 2-4. The 3-3 as well. Oh, man. 3-3 was going to do the most damage. We're going to go this. Put something bad on top, hopefully. Arcanist. They don't run any 1 health things. I don't want to give him Cenarian Ward for armor, and this is too flexible, so it's got to be Arcanist. And then assassinate this and go face with the rest. We can shadow, or we can trade this away, I guess. I don't think if it's, I don't know if it's ever worth it to shadow step this. Shadow stepping it would feel good. But I think shadow stepping it and playing Spyomatic and getting a different card on top might be better. I mean, the other card's not really going to do much, is the thing. I mean, leaving on the board gives me enough damage to potentially kill him. I think I'm going to keep it out there and maybe shadow step something else. I'm going to keep it out there. Oh, I feel like that was a bad play. I should have shadow stepped it. I mean, I know that there were things I wanted to shadow step, and that was in fact one of them. Oh, God. There are a couple of things that wrecked me here. If he, like the 4/6, or the 4, oh no. What was I gonna say? Like the 4 attack, 6 armor, corrupt spell, that could potentially kill the 4/4, but if he does that, he can't like play an insane 10 drop or anything. So at this point, it's kind of like that's a pretty good card for him to have gotten. Or for me, it's a good card for me to have seen him get that, is what I'm trying to say. Oh my God. Wait, I can't believe that he actually found a way to piece that together. That's so good for him. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, right? We just Wicked, Hero, bop, bop, boom, and he's dead. But the fact that he managed to put together that is really impressive, actually. I give him props for that.